Hi, I'm Bill Snodgrass. Welcome to this episode of The World Around Us. In this episode, we're going to introduce a lab activity. I'm not going to actually do the lab activity in the video. I'm just going to introduce it and let you know how it's going to how you're going to process the materials of the lab in order to complete the activity. The main thrust of this activity is actually getting a look at a model of a scientific report, and so the scenario of this research project is the packaging of liquids that have different densities can lead to separation within the packaging. So that's kind of the introduction. We all know about, like, the mustard bottle when you left it in the refrigerator for a week and you get a hot dog or a hamburger and all that water comes out first because it's at the top, because the density causes them to separate different layers. We're going to simulate that in this experiment. So we're going to have three liquids. We have isopropyl alcohol, we have water that has been colored with food coloring, and we have vegetable oil. And so the process of this activity is to make a prediction as to how they will layer within the package. In this case, it's a test tube. In your packaging, how will they layer? And then based on their densities, you're going to make that prediction, and then you'll test that prediction, and then you'll either accept or reject the hypothesis. So the lab report, again, is sort of the thrust of this, is to see the model of the lab report. That report is linked down in the description section, so you can open that up and make a copy of your own. All right, so in the introduction is essentially written for you. You do need to find a citation. And then in the background information, you're going to have to calculate the densities. You're going to have to calculate the densities of the things. The way you're going to do that is you're going to find the mass of the liquid and the volume of the liquid, and then you're going to divide. And so then you'll have your mass, you'll have your densities of these different substances. The one that is most dense will go to the bottom, and then the middle density will be in the middle, and the least dense will be at the top. If you're doing this at home, you have a little bit more of a complication because you may not have a scale that you can set to 0. You would have to weigh the container, and then you would have to subtract the mass of the container off of the mass of the container plus the substance. In the lab, you can just put the container on, 0 the scale, put some liquid in it. Now you'll know the volume, now you'll know the mass, and you're ready to calculate. Using your calculated densities, then you're going to create a hypothesis predicting that one will go on the bottom, one will go in the middle, one will go on the top. And then you'll pour them into the container, which in home might be a glass. I'm thinking that if you were to do this at home, instead of using graduated cylinder, you may use like 1/8 of a cup, and you'd have to get like maybe a drinking glass, because you may not have anything that's like this size that you could use in a home setting. It doesn't matter. And also units, if you use ounces and ounces, you can come up with a density using your own units, whatever they might be. You could say ounces per 1/8 of a cup if you wanted to do that. Ounces and it would be your weight, and you could do a weight volume density that way. The point is to know which of these is most dense, and you can come to that just by measuring and dividing. So you'll know which of these are you'll know what the densities of the three substances are. You don't have to use these. You could use vegetable oil and milk and water, whatever you want to try and do. All right, that is pretty much the setup. Again, the point is to get a look at that model research report. It goes through the introduction, it goes through the background information, hypothesis. You're going to have to describe the procedures that you use to put them into the container. Then there's the results, what actually happened once you tried that. Then the conclusion, can you accept or reject your hypothesis, and then a discussion of the implications of the study and what that might imply in the packaging industry. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let me know. You can leave those down in the comment section of the video. Other than that, that's it. Do that YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, share, sign up for notifications, and we will see you in the next episode.